Hot video game characters are a necessity, not a bait. And fine, if the video game is about terrorists blowing shit up and shooting people in the head,
that's the time of his life.
then I know big T chick won't add to the immersion. But this sure is better than getting racially f***ed by Russians. I hate this game, by the way. I just uninstalled it and this is the only thing that's keeping me in. But this game really focuses on physics and precise simulation of it. I know that. But this also would have been straight ass. Okay, I'll stop. If this was just a trailer and the gameplay was like
shatter them so matter of fact.
The gameplay is nuts. Like, look at this. This is actual gameplay. Now this brings us to an age-old question. Is this too much? The simple answer is no, it's not. But let's go back to the game that actually pioneered the concept of jiggle physics. The ultimate fighting game, Dead or Alive. This game had a breast physics option in the settings. Two separate engines were pioneered back then for the later versions of the game. One for jiggle physics entirely and one for the actual gameplay. This was the ultimate overkill of that time. Now it's mostly beach volleyball in erotic dresses, but the point is, jiggly titties plus a great fighting game is what you got for your money. Would it have been any better if you got ugly fat models with a great fighting game still? Sure, but for how long would you play it? Well, clearly less than the game that was originally offered. So let's figure this entire thing out like adults. What the f does over-sexualization even mean in games? Blizzard, the company that is literally about to lose to a Marvel knockoff, back in the Stone Age, actually put out a great game called Overfuck. This game again is an arena shooter. I have never played the game, and Overwatch is still one of the most searched game on the internet on site because of its character design. But you know what? This is fine because all of these characters does not exist in real life. They are pixels, and as long as these pixels serve the purpose of the original game they came from, it is perfectly fine for these pixels to serve a purpose greater than their original one. And now, before I get called a freak, let me show you utter deep-fried trash. What the f is this thing? And what purpose does this serve? What did we achieve from that but not Stellar Blade? This dude supports Starfield and considers this video activities. Let me simplify what he just said in the tweet. I have no f***ing clue what Asian people look like, and I think this lady right here looks like a child and is too sexual for a child. This beautiful model from this insane looking game comes from a real life person that is 32 years old. If you think this looks like a child, I think the FBI needs to check your hard drives, not ours. A man that is a warrior in a story is made to look buff, hot and sexy and big. What's the female equivalent of that? This body is not unrealistic because she's a f***ing warrior, my dude. Any model can look like this. And they do actually look like this. I mean, if you were to work out to be a warrior, you would look like this, right? I know that working out is a foreign concept in USA, but you could have just Googled before typing this stupid tweet. The only thing that can be toned down if you want is her face. But that also doesn't do shit for the community, does it? This IGN doofus brain, common IGN L I know, went out and made this article about how Eve from Stellar Blade is bland and just an over-sexualized doll made by someone who have never seen a woman before. And then this was the reply just underneath the tweet. Motherfucker, this is the artist's wife. Look at her closely. Do you want Stellar Blade to be a 500-pound feminist from Kentucky that eat boogers for breakfast? Do you want that? My God! The only thing that matters about a game is the gameplay. And every time I say it, I get views in case because this concept is somehow foreign to a lot of people. Graphics don't matter. Scale don't matter. AAA bullshit does not matter for sure.
My boat ran out of stamina.
It's just the gameplay that matters about a game. That's it. Baldur's Gate 3 hit so damn hard that big studios shit their pants on Twitter. I mean, I know the game offers this and this as well, but it still won the awards that it won because it was a feature-complete fun game on day one. But did it not have over-sexualization? Of course it did. But was that the reason that it was one of the best games out there at that time? Of course not. Over-sexualization, according to me, is when a game sells only for the sexual aspects in it. I can name so many games that did exactly what their cover art showed, sex, but I cannot name any because of jail time. Let's take Tekken for an example. Tekken 8 is straight up the best fighting game out there. Professionally as well, it is the #1 thing right now. I mean, offline TV still suck at it, mostly Lily. And Tekken Tekken 8 also don't need any kind of sexual stuff in it to make it popular. I mean, it's already badass, right? It's so damn intricate, but it's still got characters that look like this, and also this happens to them. So should we boycott this game as well in the name of over-sexualization? If your answer was yes, you need testosterone supplements, because this is not chess fire. You are in the wrong place. This itself is not the entire experience, but it sure adds to the immersion. A game about blood, gore, and spinal injuries is getting popular. No, is already too damn popular. And this is what you are worried about? I mean, I hope you get a lot of money from Twitter Blue, because the trade-off looks stupid. But also there is another side of this that I agree with. I read it on Reddit. I do understand that characters dressing up as a dominatrix should have a supporting backstory for their current look and behavior. Anne from Persona 5, for example, is a sexual assault victim, and with that story, there is no development on that aspect of her past. It's just a bunch of guys always being horny around her. But these arguments also don't stand clear and true for the IPs that only integrate sexual aspects into their game for the satirical part of it. Let's not even talk about games and shit. American Pie is a comedy about sex, like monkey brain level sex, and in that movie everything is sexualized, concerning level sexualized. But if you go ahead and watch it on repeat, you'll understand that they are actually aware of the satire that they put into the scene, and they make them so damn unrealistic that they are funny. And that's the idea of American Pie. Over-sexualization of characters in any IP would be over-sexualization if studio sneaks in a wide-angle act shot just to keep players' attention while the rest of the product is just farming simulator. By the way, this footage is the exact opposite, because this game is fucking insane. I've played Euphoria in the past, and the video is still on this channel, which I am concerned about because I'm gaining subs and I don't know what YouTube will think of me playing that game. But even that game can't be considered as over-sexualization simulator, because the entire story of that game depends on character being sexually assaulted in the name of game. Okay, I'll have to rethink keeping that game on my channel. But the entire narrative of designing a character with big titties and making the character look more sexier and bolder is not a bad thing if you really think about it. Imagine if you wanted to design a character for your game. What kind of body will you give to that character? Every fictional character already have a certain preset that everyone adhere to, whether you are in game or anime industry. If you want to design a samurai, for an example, you will go with a preset where a character wears a kimono and have an athletic body with a sword. It's pretty basic. So of course, when you design a female character as well that is athletic and a warrior, there are certain presets that you have to adhere to, and that preset actually is Teleblade. Certain parts can be distinguished from game to game, right? You can have big ass and titties, you can have toned ass and titties, you can have a pretty face, you can have a pretty face with scars on it. Pretty face is not an option, shut the f up. But no matter what path you take, you will always end up designing a good looking character with a perfect body. The best you can do to tone things down is to make character look like a normal person that takes care of their body because they are still a warrior, and that is still not ugly and and here is a weird thing from real life, and it is actually true. If you look at someone, you can almost every time judge what they will behave like when you talk to them, and what their expression will be like if you tell them a joke or talk serious with them. It is true. And if you take this analogy and reverse it, in order to create a female that is very outspoken and dominating, you will definitely create her design more bolder, and a character that is capable of asserting dominance in powerful scenes, like for an instance Nina in Tekken or Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. The polygon titties were bigger in comparison to what we have today, for fuck's sake. If the size of titties is the only thing that you want to take in consideration while judging a character, Lara Croft would have been banned because people were trying to ban Mortal Kombat as well. And to clear things even more, she's a treasure hunter. A normal stress-eating 500-pound character with non-athletic body would die at a pre-shot cutscene. That is how up it is to imagine a normal character in a game like Tomb Raider. They might win the bear fight though.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
Intellectuals try to make every topic about male or females these days, at least in India. It is very sad to see topics like whether GTA sexualizes its female characters a bit more, forgetting 2 or 3 major points. GTA is fictional, sex is currency in GTA, and killing people earns you respect in that game. But notice this one thing, a static point that will always remain true and will always be repeated in my videos because people are stupid. This cannot turn anybody into a violent species so bad that they start doing this in real life, because they'll be shut down. and their existence will be erased. Simple. What the f is going on in Fortnite? The entire existence of anime and games. Bro, swear to God, what the f is going on? Games and anime are fictional and an escape from reality. So why would I still want to see ugly fat characters in games and anime? Why? Neglecting this fact means that you are questioning the entire act of cosplaying, and none of these clowns were found questioning that, which makes my doubt even strong that they're doing this for clout. That's it. The hypocrisy meter here is at bullshit level of overload. If you're that concerned about unrealistic body standards or the industry actually embarrassing a lot of females at workplace or even partiality with them, why haven't I seen you on trending when that shit was happening? So turns out this entire moment is bullshit. It's just clout chasing. Saying shit like, oh, that sets an unrealistic standard for women and men is f***ed up because there is no way you are taking your inspiration for reality from a fucking game, dude. Over-sexualization is equivalent to calling this animal cruelty. Bayonetta, however, is a fucking dominatrix in a latex suit fighting demons from hell as a bit of ass is being flashed every minute. But the game knows this absurd behavior of theirs and they embrace it like champs. People that do not play games are the ones that think GTA 5 is the cause of all the crimes that are committed in USA or any part of the world. If you think this character's ass is gonna harm the society in any way possible, you need to get the fuck out of your house with your eyes on the streets. Then you'll see that this is normalized by people's behavior outside of virtual world and not the other way around. Bye.